grace to live, grace to die. He says, my grace is sufficient for you. And I suppose when I look at Jesus, I see more clearly what God is like. And I believe that everything Jesus did, he did for us. And I sometimes ask myself, at what cost to himself? I think of the crucifixion scene and I can imagine the anguish and the terror and the pain. But I think of the night before the crucifixion, the Garden of Gethsemane, when the 3 disciples were asleep and Jesus was quite alone with the terrors that filled the night. This is called Together, Alone. And it's as if Jesus is narrating aloud his thoughts. And he says, a moonbeam came softly out of the night and bathed your face with its gentle light. Birds rustled sleepily in the leaves as a breeze brushed quietly through the trees. You looked so peaceful lying there, no thought of death, no thoughts of care. I whispered my secrets in your ear, racked with grief too great to bear. I opened my heart and spoke of tomorrow, and struggled in the tide of rising sorrow. Your eyes flickered briefly, but you would not stay, drifting somewhere deep in dreamland, far, far away. How can you sleep when I am dying? But my very soul to you is crying to hold me, to hear me, to understand, to reach out quickly and take my hand. The sun is rising, but not for me. The ferryman is coming to exact his fee. I raised my head towards the skies and bit down hard to suppress the cries. To die soon, to die this way. No, God, no. Please, please, let me stay. The moon vanished abruptly behind a cloud, and night draped around me a burial shroud. I felt my soul tear and begin to weep, scarlet rivulets of loneliness, and you there, asleep, together, but alone, in this fateful, awful hour, and terror swept over me in its paralyzing power. Strength and hope were flung upon the shore, and my senses battered with that numbing, hellish roar. The storm passed, and the night was deathly still. A voice spoke out of the shadows, harsh and chill. A good day to die when your work is done. I nodded acceptance and knew the war was won. I stared at death and spoke straight into his face. It is time now, the cross, the day of God's grace.